Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now in this one we're testing the GTX 750 Ti once again with another new game. This is Sons of the Forest. The 750 Ti does start this game, which might be quite surprising because it can be hit or miss these days. However, there are a few sacrifices, let's say, that we have to make. Here we are then in the options menu. 1920 by 1080, the FPS is set to max, but that's really not going to matter much. Under the graphics options, now we could go with the ultra preset if we're feeling insane, or we could just go with the ultra low preset. Now this doesn't actually set everything to ultra low, and with the 750 Ti we're really going to want to do that. So yeah, let's just have a look actually. Ultra low won't turn the ambient occlusion level to its lowest, but we're definitely going to want to do that. Everything else seems to be at its lowest, and what I like is that you can set the texture resolution anywhere from full to an eighth, which, yeah, I think we're going to need that as well. Anti-aliasing here comes with a few options. We won't be needing SMAA, that's for sure. TAA, probably not. I think we'll keep this at off. Now under the dynamic resolution scaling option here, this is where you'll find things like TAAU with a dynamic resolution target, but we'll also find FSR 1.0, and again we can set that same dynamic resolution target. We're going to leave that off for now and just see how the game performs at native 1080p lowest. So let's jump back into the game. I haven't really made any progress. I fired it up about 5 minutes ago because I didn't want to give anything away, spoil anything. I'm just playing the sort of introduction, as it were, the first few minutes. But we'll enable the FPS overlay, and well, look at, oh, that's not so good. It was 30 FPS. If we walk this way, it might actually stay at 30 FPS. We'll take that. Nice carbon fibre arrow. We'll need that later, I'm sure. Right now we're at the very start of the game, looking out over, well, the forest, and we are just about getting 30 frames per second. If we look up to the sky, that will shoot up to over 60, but it's no good playing a game like this. I mean, we'll fall right off that cliff. Let's see if we can get down there though. Alright, so at native 1080p, I don't really think this is what I would call playable. I mean, it is a sort of slower paced title, so I guess you could get away with it if you don't mind a sub 30 FPS experience. And you know what, it doesn't feel as bad as this frame rate would in other games, that's for sure. I have a feeling though, as we make our way down toward these trees, things are only going to get worse. Not just for us, but the frame rate as well. So let's head through the forest, and yeah, here come the drops. 20 FPS now. Not brilliant. I'm probably going to fall off this cliff any minute now. I haven't actually played the original Forest, and I didn't intend to play this one, but I saw a few videos and it actually looked quite good, so I bought both games, and I think I'm going to sit and play them for a couple of weeks. Oh, what's this? Oh, we'll be taking that. A stick. Very nice. Okay, so as you can see, it hasn't dropped as much as I thought it would using the 750 Ti here. I've paired it with an i3-12100F, which is, I think, a more modest processor than the usual i5. We could have gone with the 12400F. It's probably more of an unrealistic pairing. And to be honest, with a 750 Ti, you're probably looking at an even weaker CPU. I have 16 gigs of RAM in the system as well, DDR4 clocked at 3200. It is, of course, dual channel memory, which is ideal for modern systems. But I think what we're going to do now, before we actually start to benchmark anything, is enable FSR. So we'll hop back into the options menu, find where that FSR mode is, which is under dynamic resolution, of course, and then we'll set a dynamic resolution target. Oh, we could do 60 FPS. I wonder how bad things will look. Let's do 30 first of all. If we apply that, will it actually hit 30? Not really. Oh, actually, yes. Yes, it is a bit better. The game is actually running a little bit better. Look at this. This is actually not too bad. I thought for sure that the frame rate was going to be a lot lower than this, despite the FSR setting. So I'm actually really happy with this result. I don't dare target 60. We will, of course, do that in a minute. But for now, let's play a little bit at 30 frames per second and see how things go. I'm looking, oh, there he is. I'm trying to follow him on the map and he's following me. Let's go into this area and just see how things hold up without falling off the waterfall. Ooh, a small rock, we'll take that. We'll take another small rock. You never know when you're going to need one of those. Forest is getting pretty dense here. We're still hitting 30 FPS. It's doing okay. Let's make our way through the abyss here. Please don't fall off anything and injure yourself. Oh, blueberries, nice, very nice. We'll hold on to those for a moment. Another rock, yes, I think we'll take that. Yeah, honestly, this isn't too bad. I apologise that there really isn't much going on in the way of gameplay at the moment. This is early days for both myself and my progress in this game. This is more a test of performance, and I think actually it's doing okay. Whoa, big drop there. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon here. Right, we're getting closer to our objective here. Let's make our way into this clearing and see what or who we can find. Here we go. Can I? That is going to be so... Oh, no. I can't. Oh, he keeps making me jump. He's following me, and I've set him to follow me, but he still makes me jump every time. No, I can't. I can't do that. I cannot go down there. That is just too risky. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually turn the dynamic resolution scaling up to a target of 60 FPS with FSR 1 on. Can we actually go higher than that? We can. I can only imagine how the game's going to look when we do that, so I'm actually going to go with 60 FPS. We'll try and target higher resolution a little later on to see how bad the game does look. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually count on the fact that we might not hit 60. So you could turn the native res down to say 720p, something like that, but I always prefer to go with a native 1080p if a game has FSR options like this one does, or any dynamic resolution scaling option, because then we can implement it and we can keep that base resolution to match your monitor's native resolution like I've done here. I think that makes a lot of sense rather than dipping all the way down to 720p or beyond. And I think with a card like this, it makes a lot of sense. The 750 Ti isn't hitting 60 FPS. That dynamic target is probably a bit too difficult for the card to handle when running Sons of the Forest. But you know what? This doesn't look too bad. Even when we're targeting 60 FPS, it doesn't look that much blurrier than it was before. You know, the trees still look pretty decent. Everything looks pretty good. The textures, I mean, yeah, this is not perfect by any means, but it's not awful. You know, I'd actually recommend sticking with that dynamic res target of 60 FPS as opposed to 30, just so you've got a little bit of extra sort of headroom when it comes to those dense areas. Because, I mean, like, take now, for example, we're heading deeper into the forest. Oh, dear. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we're heading deeper into the forest, and the more frames that we can get, the better. This isn't perfect, is it, really? This is not an ideal situation for this poor fellow here. I don't think I should be drinking the water this close to him, but it's a bit late for that. Let's take a look at what he's dropped. We'll have some flares there. A stick. It's always good to have a stick. Whoa, I thought I saw someone or something there. Let's continue. Look, I mean, now, look, we've still got that 60 FPS dynamic scale target, and we are dipping towards the lower end of 30. And we're in this open area now, hitting closer to 40 FPS, but there will still be some drops. I'm going to go and... Did I get him? Yes. Let's take a bit of this rabbit for dinner. Here we go. Going to have to cook that up. Dear, can we... Right, let's go. Oh, he's getting away. Let's build a little camp here, I think. Probably not the best axe for the job, but let's see what we can do. Ah, here we go. This clearing is perfect for a campfire. We can cook this rabbit up nice. Now, I've said I never played this before. It probably shows. I'm probably doing everything wrong. Okay, now we're actually going to target... What can we go up to? 120 FPS. Let's see how bad the game looks when we do that. Yeah, the performance doesn't really make a difference because the 750 Ti can't hit 120 FPS no matter what you do. so I don't really think it makes a lot of sense, really. But you know, the option is there if you want to, of course, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd actually stick with that 60 FPS dynamic target. But so far so good. This was just a quick test of Sons of the Forest on the 750 Ti. Seems to run quite well, which is surprising. It's always surprising when the game starts. The minimum specs I think call for a 1060 or an RX 570, but I did note that the X11 was listed, so yeah, I thought we might have a chance here, and it's nice to see that it does play. Whether this is acceptable performance for you, that is entirely up to each individual and their preference, but I hope this helps you out if you're thinking of playing this on a lower end graphics card. Thank you very much for watching then. I'm just going to put my logs down here. If you enjoyed this one or if you found it helpful, leave a like down below, leave a dislike if you didn't, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the next one.